This is episode 2099 of the Daily Meditation Podcast. I'm Mary Meckley, and I welcome you back. If you are joining us for the first time, you are in the right place. You are joining us midweek as we explore a meditation series based on the ancient sage Patanjali and his classic work he's reported to have written, the Yoga Sutras. It's really all about how to live your life in regard to yoga philosophy. And in today's episode, you're going to discover a mudra. A mudra is a technique that has been around for thousands of years, and it's a way you position your hands, and it stimulates a corresponding region of your brain. Mudras are similar to acupressure or acupuncture. They're often referred to as yoga in your hands. I'll be sharing the Brahma Mudra with you today. It's a simple mudra you can do. But if you're not really sure how to position your hands, even after I guide you through it, no worries. There are a few locations you can find a picture of this mudra, and that is on the Sip and Om Instagram or Facebook pages, or even the private Facebook group there. The private Facebook group is called the Daily Meditation Podcast private Facebook group, but the Instagram and Facebook are called Sip and Om. I have an app you can also try for 2 weeks free, and there's a whole guide there with the whole week's techniques on loving kindness and a loving kindness journal. And that is the Sip and Om meditation app. Again, it's 2 weeks free. So we've got you covered. On the app, there are 30-minute guided meditations. I like to mention that because you might want to be guided a little longer. You might be ready for that. But if you are new to meditation, this is a great place for you to be, to get you started. So this week, as we explore the first yama of nonviolence with your thoughts, emotions, and actions, I want to mention that somebody in the private Facebook group left a message about how they're working on their mental health this week by doing the Loving Kindness Challenge. That's also something we're doing together this week, sending out loving kindness to yourself, to others, and to the world. So this is a great goal to have, to use meditation to improve your mental health, especially these days where statistics are showing that a lot of people are struggling with their mental health as we go through this pandemic, especially being isolated for so long from many loved ones. When you consider using meditation to improve your mental health, one very important way to do this is to actually schedule it. And what I mean by that is plan for how you'll do this, because many times when we're experiencing a little bit of a challenge with our mental health, we're really distracted and overwhelmed. Our focus is the first thing we lose. So when you're going through your day, you're not likely to focus on, oh, I'm doing this loving kindness challenge, and what was that technique again? And it's likely going to slip your mind, and then you become discouraged. In fact, you can even feel worse because here you've tried what's supposed to be one of the best ways to manage your mental health, meditation, and it's not working for you. So what helps immensely is to think about your day and your week in advance. So when you wake up in the morning, think about, okay, today is going to be a little tough because I've got a lot of work to do and I'm not sure how I'm going to get it all done. Or I've got to spend time with this person who really zaps my life energy, whatever it may be. And so when you think about, well, okay, I'm going to be spending time with this person. While I'm with that person, why don't I have that be my loving kindness challenge for today, where I send out loving kindness and that person probably won't reciprocate or even notice, but I do. And it's what I'm focusing on and cultivating for myself. And I know this is good for me, so I'm going to do it. You create a shift within yourself when you focus and plan out how you're going to use these techniques and how you're going to do the challenge this week for loving kindness. Many great spiritual leaders, including the Dalai Lama, do this when they wake up in the morning. They plan out how they're going to manage the stress they may encounter through the day. You'll have things sideswipe you that you hadn't anticipated, and that's okay, because what you can do is think about, if I'm really taken by surprise, I know this mudra helps me so much, or this breathing technique, whatever it may be, or calling this person who supports me, or going into my meditation space. Do what works for you and prioritize that. So that is what I want you to do when you consider your loving kindness challenge, especially if you're struggling with your mental health these days. So with that, you are on your way to exploring the first yama, this ancient ritual of nonviolence, ahimsa, and you begin with your thoughts. So as you settle yourself down and get ready to meditate today, begin to notice where you're experiencing tension in your body, and you can gently release it. You might need to work with it a little bit. Maybe use your breath, inhaling and visually surrounding your area of tension with your breath, creating space, softening it. And as you exhale, releasing the tension. You may need to do this a few times. And you may now, I invite you, if you want to, do the mudra, the Brahma Mudra. Place your hands in fists and take your thumb, laying it downward into your palm, and then placing your fingers over your thumb. So it looks like you are actually holding your hands, doing this with both hands, in fists, with your thumb tucked in the fist. Now, place your hands together, touching your fists. So your fingers from each hand will be touching. Hold this on your lap, and what you're doing is you are releasing anger and tension. A fist is such a universal position of hand where it can represent anger, hitting, or slamming your fist down in anger. So with your thumb tucked in to your palm, touching your fists together, so the fingers from each hand are touching each other, your palms are upward, you are reining in your anger and tension. You're centering it. Keeping your fists soft. You might notice you're tightening your fists. Keep them soft. And now, send out loving kindness to yourself, to someone else, and to the world. Allowing yourself to break away from your thoughts after you do this, and sit in stillness. You are so worth slowing down for.